This morning in Today Food, we are cooking up 2 Italian dishes with a twist. Here to help is the pasta pro himself, top chef and Food Network star Joe Sasto. He has worked in several Michelin star restaurants and recently released his debut cookbook called Breaking the Rules. Joe, I love how you just break the rules across the board.
I mean, first of all, the mustache.
Yeah,
I'm a rule breaker. I'm a rule breaker. Are you guys ready to break some rules with me?
We are ready.
We're jumping right in here. Turkey Bolognese.
Okay.
So the flavors of fall, Thanksgiving, all those wonderful things. You would not find this in Italy. I'll tell you that. My chef tip, whenever you're making a sofrito or a base, dice everything, not even this nice.
Okay.
You know, we're Magic of TV here, but you could leave this in big chunks at home.
Okay.
Add it all to your food processor.
Okay.
Garlic peeled whole.
That's a lot of
Just a little bit of garlic.
Just a little bit of garlic. I grew up with emerald, so I'm a big, bam, 38 cloves of garlic.
Yeah.
The one trick with the food processor, you always want a little bit of food lube in there.
Yeah.
We're going to put in some olive oil. A little bit of olive oil, and you're going to pulse this down until it reaches this consistency here. So this is our base for all of our sauces, our ragus.
Okay.
And as you cook through the book, you'll realize you could change the ratios. Maybe use all carrots. Maybe you don't have onions and you want to use shallots.
Okay.
Like I said, there are no rules. Put whatever you want, cook that all down.
Okay.
And now this is where we're going to add our turkey. That's what makes it, you know.
Turkey, yeah.
This is ground turkey, makes it very holiday forward. The flavors of fall. And of course, I like pork.
Yeah.
Pork makes things better.
Yes.
But you know what? You could leave the pork out. You could use ground chicken.
Okay.
You could use ground beef. There are no rules.
Ground pork makes it so.
Now, again, the flavors of fall, this is where it really gets interesting. Sage and thyme. We're just going to add that in there, and then some nutmeg.
Okay.
I always recommend freshly grated. Dylan, will you grate that in there for me?
Yes, I will.
We're going to get that all grated in. If you don't have fresh nutmeg, use the store-bought stuff, pre-ground.
No rules.
Just
No
use
rules.
a little more.
I always have one like this.
Just a little more of that.
So we cook that down until it becomes that.
It gets nice and brown. Now we're going to add our milk, our wine, and our turkey or chicken stock.
Okay.
The milk makes it bolognese. That's kind of that classic Italian thing. But you're not normally going to find all the sage and the turkey and all those other things.
All right.
Now, I have a whole chapter in a book called Dried Pasta is Your Best Friend. The idea here is make a nice sauce, pick a sauce out of the book, but then choose any store-bought pasta.
Okay.
There are no rules.
That's simple.
Yes.
And so today we're doing store-bought pumpkin gnocchi, but whatever you'd like to do. Keep it going.
Now, this is a dish that neither Dylan, I don't think you've had this, have you?
I have not.
We've never
This
had a
sounds
tomato
amazing.
fritter.
So I've learned about this one while I was in Italy. It comes from Santorini. And so I like using a whole bunch of herbs, dill, basil, mint, scallions, some oregano. But again, use whatever you have. I hate having to go out and buy a bunch of different things. This one kind of like utilizes whatever you have in your fridge, a little bit of salt, and maybe even tomatoes out of season, because we're going to amp them up with flavor with all this stuff. After that marinates, we get this beautiful marinated tomato. They get nice and juicy. It pulls out of those flavors.
How long do you usually let it marinate, though?
Anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. You could do it in the morning, and it'll get even juicier. Then we're just going to mix together our dry flour baking soda. That's going to help everything get nice and lifted.
Just dump it all.
That all comes together. As that mixes, now we have fritter batter.
Fritter batter.
Now stand back. You got that beautiful fritter batter. We're going to go right into a shallow fry.
Thank you.
I have a whole chapter in my book about frying. And so all different types of fries. People get afraid and think they have to deep fry all the time, get out the big pot with all the oil.
Oh, my God.
No. A little bit of oil could go a long way, depending on the thing. This we're using a neutral vegetable oil. So whatever you got, but heck.
I've had 3 of these already.
By the way, that's sauce. What is that sauce?
So I have a whole section on fancy mayos. This whole idea of like, I want it to be approachable to the home cook, make it not out of touch for things. And so this is just mayonnaise elevated, store-bought, some tomato paste, lemon juice, the juice de limon. And then you know what's really awesome about this whole book? Al, you're an icon. The book's dedicated to my mom. I grew up watching you with my mom on the Today Show.
Oh, my gosh.
And so she's no longer with us, but now I'm here sharing the food and stories here with you.
And we know she's so proud.
R.I.P. Mom.
That was great, man.
So great.
That
was full circle moment.
The mustache makes it.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about your funky marshmallows.
So all throughout the book, there's these little things called chef it up moments, where if you wanted to see how I would do it in a restaurant, I make these savory white pepper marshmallows, kind of a play on that classic sweet potatoes or yams with marshmallows on top.
Yes,
and so if you want to use your leftover egg whites and make a savory marshmallow,
That's great.
Do it.
That is so
Fantastic.
delicious.
But
Yeah.
again, you don't have to, and
Thank
it's
you.
all about making people feel comfortable in the kitchen.
Well,
Thank you, Joe.
You're clearly comfortable in the kitchen. Thank you so much. This is delicious. His cookbook, Breaking the Rules, is available now, and you can scan the QR code or head to today.com/food to get these recipes and set up your free.
Well
so
done,
good.
Joe.
Thank you.
Well done,
very,
guys.
very good.